he's working and not making a ton and she was helping out, or maybe he's on a fixed income and she's helping him. But it doesn't, it sounds like they may have had a small agreement that she would pay some bills, but when she got a job, he didn't care to ask where the money was coming from or where your job was.
Period. They saving the business. What?
What you doing?
Dad, why are you busting in my room like that?
Where you get all that money from? Where you been at all night? Huh?
I dance.
You dance?
Yes,
what
I
kind of
dance.
You forward?
No.
Huh?
Stop trying to be funny. You always trying to be funny.
So
No,
you out here
it
exposing
doesn't
yourself
matter.
for money?
It doesn't
You gotta
matter.
go.
It
You're
doesn't
not going back to my
matter.
house.
I'm
You gotta
taking
go.
care of my son, right?
I
Don't
don't
nobody
care.
in
You
this
ain't
house
no
help
son,
me.
gotta go.
But don't nobody in this house
You're
help
not
me
doing
take
that.
care
That's
of
nasty.
him.
You only 18 trying to, you exposing yourself for money. Why don't you go get a job?
I graduated. I graduated out because this money
back
comes
the rest of
back.
these little nasty
You know how
little
fast
girls
I
out
made this money?
You wanna
I made this
back the
money in
rest of
2
these
months.
nasty girls.
I made this money in 2 months. You talking about
that's
McDonald's?
nasty. You gotta
Okay,
go.
it doesn't matter. I've been helping you pay the bills, right? You want help paying the bills or
I'm
not?
not raising no kids.
I've been helping you pay the bills, saving for my apartment, getting my own car. I've been doing everything by myself. Why does it matter?
You exposing yourself for, come on now, for money? Really, daughter? That's what we doing?
You
For money?
see, I'm not
For money?
exposing myself for money. I'm exposing
Go
myself
ahead
so my
on.
baby can have a better life.
I'm
It's
not
not for
doing that.
money. It's so my baby can have a better life. Like, what the fuck? Okay, so what?
You can't do it in my house.
So I gotta leave?
Yes,
Okay, so then
you and
you-
that baby gotta go.
So then you gonna have, okay, you gonna be back in the same
No,
predicament you
Cap,
was.
none of that.
As soon as I leave, you gonna be back in the same predicament you was.
I
Like,
don't respect that.
Right. He was okay until he found out where it was coming from, which then makes it a little hard to establish. If you did not ask where the money was coming from in the beginning, if she lied to you, that's one thing. But if you didn't ask where the money was coming from in the beginning, and then you were using it until you found out where it was coming from, I'm not saying she's right, but it's going to make it a lot harder for you to stand on, no, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't ask from the beginning. And maybe now you're caught up or something, and you're not in as tight as a situation as was when you started taking the money.
Well, hold up. But what she said at the end was, you're going to be back in the same predicament.
Yeah, and that's what kind of made me think that he probably was in a bad way, needed some money, didn't care where it was coming from at first. It's like it's like the kid who starts giving his mom money and she's in a hard place. She don't really ask. And then she finds out later that he's part of a gang and he's flipping something on the corner. Or you find out that your girl is doing what she's doing. And it's not just a mom, it's a dad, it's whoever, what parent is in that hard way. You know? And as parents, I understand if you're in that predicament and you really need it and you're about to be out on the street or something like that, you're not going to really care where that money came from in the beginning.
Yeah.
You're not going to
look at a lot of cases,
but in the
they
beginning.
don't. And we look at a lot of the situations, and we grew up around it. These motherfuckers is out here in the streets, hustling or whatever. You're not going to tell me when your son went out for school this morning, you looking at what he got on, you know good and well he didn't buy that for him. You know what I'm saying? And he out all times of the night, coming in the middle of the night, whatever, lying to you, not going to hear mom, putting a couple of hours in your pocket and all this. You know what I'm saying? So, it's definitely that type of situation that I can see. You know what I'm saying? Almost too little, too late to try to stand up and say, oh, hey, you're doing wrong. I agree with what you said, that should have been questioned in the beginning. Should be questioned 2 months ago when she started making that step that she made. You know what I mean? And it should have been questioned then, like, hey, what, are you going to work? You always accept when you're in a relationship with somebody.
The thing about this is I wouldn't look at her job is different, but I would not look at her any different than that son that ran out and became a drug dealer because y'all needed money. I'm not going to say it's the right
I'm doing what I got to do.
But what do you say to that? You can't say anything worse about her selling her body as opposed to, you know, him selling whatever he's selling on the corner. To me, that's about the equivalent, because apparently the father was in a predicament that the daughter actually saved him from.
That's a fact.
You can't be hypocritical about it.
And listen, he probably was pissed because he was like, yo, you ain't let me hold nothing? You ain't let me hold nothing? You got that big stack? You ain't maybe just give me a little extra? You know, you walk in and see that. And
Right.
if he's working, struggling to make money, and you got a stack like that, like, yo, where you working at?
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, at some point,
There are male strippers there?
There are male strippers there?
Yeah. Let me also. No, let me also.
And the thing about it is, I'm pretty sure if she's doing that and he's struggling, most likely he's probably watched that baby while she was doing it and didn't realize.
that's what it was. Baby came from the club.
If he did, I'm sure he has a little inkling of what was going on. But I'm not going to say for definitely he knows what's going on, but I don't know how long it's been going on, but after a little bit, you do kind of get a hint at what's going on. You do to a certain extent.
Here's a question. A question that she even asked in the beginning. Like, what was it that caused him to bust in the room in the first place?
That is true.
Because, all right, she's, you know, if she was on Instagram or whatever, doing that with a, you know, hey, flexing on the gram thing, you know, was he on it and just happened to catch it? Or, like, what was it that made him just bust in the room like that and just happened to catch her at that moment with the money in her hand? That's a question that I need answered right there, because, and that's the thing about a lot of these videos that we watch. They're just so, they're just giving us the meat, you know what I'm saying? And they ain't giving us, you know, everything that comes with it. And you know what I'm saying? I need the sides with it too, because I need to know what led up to all of this. You know what I mean? I would definitely like to know what led to this. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I wouldn't just bust in my daughter's room and, you know, wow, the timing is great. We got a stack of money in your hand. What's going on? You know what I mean? Something led up to that.
Doing that. She might have already been posting stuff and he might have caught wind of it.
He could have seen it online, could have wondered, you know, that would be a way. But the thing is,
that's what I'm wondering.
Here's the other thing too. If they're throwing this video up online, if you were going to be an exotic dancer and you were going to do that, I hate to say it, you're going to make it online somehow. Somebody's going to videotape you, throw you online.
Yeah.
You need to beat them to the punch. And the reason why I say that is because it's probably safer for her to do that in front of a webcam than it is for her to go to a strip club. Now, I'm not going to say who makes more or what, but if she's going to strip, she's going to make something. So why not take control of your persona? You know what I mean? Do it. You can do it in an undisclosed place, whatever. And I would hope you would, but that way you don't have creepy guys following you home. You don't have to rent out bouncers. You don't have to do all that stuff. You can cover up your IP address. You can cover up where you live. You can say, you can get a post office box and say, I live in Canada, when you live around the corner.
Oh,
you know
wait
what
a
I mean?
second.
And not only that, but you can also make money 24 hours a day, because after you videotape, your video's out there. They want to see it, charge them this. You know what I mean? When you're not at the strip club, you can't make money.
But maybe it's not the strip club because it says she's an
exotic. Then answer.
Maybe she's dancing in the zoo. she's swinging with the
Maybe it's
chimpanzees.
something totally different. Maybe we got it wrong. I gotta look up what the dance is.
Listen, maybe she's burlesque. Maybe she does burlesque. We gotta go check her out.
They accepted sue.
I'm the man. Look. She's 18 and she's at a club. I demand a field trip. It's research.
Bruh.
No, it's not. It's
That's
not.
funny.
No. But the thing is she does have a baby, and the baby is going to grow up. The baby is going to get known for. She thinks it's okay because she can take care of her baby because she thinks it's. But what is that baby gonna think? It's okay if you don't have kids, but then when you do, in this day and age, people record everything. Everything.